What's up, guys? We got Kamen Rider Build, Episode 1, the one with the best match. Anyway, I know what you guys are probably thinking. When you see this video, you're probably saying, hey, you're still doing your Forza video. Right. But I am doing my Forza video still. I'm still doing my Forza. But I'm doing other stuff now. I'm probably going to do XA, Rear Soldier. Going to do Lure, Kaya, but decided to do Rear Soldier. Because my friend Yuto really likes dinosaurs. So, going to do Rear Soldier. So anyway, yeah. So this episode starts off with this astronaut flying to Mars or an orange planet and getting a thing called the Pandora's box. Get it? Pandora is the singer of this, is the DJ of the main opening theme. And yeah, so then they open this, they do a ceremony for the Pandora's box, but then someone accidentally opens it, releasing energy, which opens up a sky wall, which divides divides the map into 3 continents named Hakuto, Toto, and Sato. Gonna need to remember those. Either it's gonna be in Hakuto or Toto or Sato. I don't know which one. But anyway, yeah. So then we see this girl. So we see this freelance reporter, and she's talking about the Kamen Rider. And she's talking about the Kamen Rider, and how he's So then we see this guy with this weird hair. We see this guy with this weird hair. His hair like sticks up, and we learn his and then the lady, the freelance reporter, gets attacked by a monster who she calls Smash. So yeah, but then when she's about to the monster's about to beat her, who shows up but Kamen Rider? And then we learn that this Kamen Rider is named Sento. He's the guy with the stick up hair, and I'm probably gonna say that. And yeah, and he has these like capsules. And there's this girl that shows up named Mysora. And yeah, so then this other guy shows up. I'm gonna throw a name here. First series, actually second series to watch. But then he's like, oh yeah. And then he's like, here's a phone. And he's like, are you gonna call in sick? But he's like, no. And turns it into a bicycle. Turns into a bike. But while he's there, he learns that Benjo Ryuga has escaped, and he's a killer. So yeah, he murdered people or whatever, but yeah. So he goes to chase after Ben. So he goes to chase after Benjo or whatever his name is. But Benjo's like, bro, he didn't do anything wrong. Like, he was framed. And he was like, yeah. But he's like, hey, did you see the gas mask guys? But he's like, but Sento is like, who are they? And he's like, and he starts punching him like, hey, you don't know who they are? Like, you must be joking, right? So, yeah, so he starts thinking about how he was like a former MMA boxer when he was in prison. And then a weird bald guy showed up, injected him with something, and then he was about to be turned. He was in green like waters, but he was able to escape before they could experiment on him. And so yeah, but that's when one of the Smash shows up, and then he's like, but then Sento starts doing his bottle shaking thing, and pulls out the build morpher, build driver. I'm gonna call it the build driver. He puts it on. He goes rabbit, tank, best match. It officially turns into. I'm gonna roll this up. He officially turns into Kamen Rider build, and yeah, he officially turns into Kamen Rider build, and he totally defeats, and he totally he goes porcupine or hedgehog. I think it was porcupine, and totally defeats the monster. But then the monster turns back human, and the monster turns back human, and when he turns back human, Benjo is like, "Hey, I saw you at the thing," and the dude's like, no, he cannot remember anything, and Benjo's like, "Hey," and wait, no, Sento's like, "Hey, what if this is related to the Bat Mask guy?" But then the police show up, and the dude's like, "Hey, you have to give back Bengo or Benjo." I'm gonna throw her name. He's like a criminal, but then dude's like, but then Sento starts sitting down and is like, "Oh, this could be bad news. Get on." And then he's like, "Hey, get him. They're alive." But then what happens is that is that the dude's like, "Hey, do you really want to kill this guy?" And he's like, "I don't care, just do it." So yeah, so he starts riding the wall of the sky wall, and then he starts, and then at the end of the episode, Sento's like, we see the Sento and him are talking. He calls Sento an idiot, and Sento called Benjo an idiot. And he's like, "Hey, he's not an idiot." And he's like, "Hey, don't like." He's trying to ride here, and then the bad guy shows up to end the episode. So that was the first episode of Kamen Rider Build. I'm probably gonna do this every time because that's what Sento does. Still rooting Kamen Rider Forza. Yeah. Forza. Yeah. Forza. Da da da. It goes out. So great. I hope do they make Kamen Rider Funko Pops in Japan? Also, because they should be making Kamen Rider Funko Pop by now. Kamen Rider is a 50-year-old show. But yeah, so anyway, that's it. I'll see you next time, and I'll see you next time on Beckham's Review.